Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at this week's Sunday preview. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Wade into Warcry with the starter sets and warbands. What is the best Warcry in all of Warhammer? It's hard to beat WA. Far better than those stuffy Space Marine battle cries. It's easy enough to yell courage and honor from behind a few inches of ceramite. Warcry isn't something you yell in battle, but it is a great skirmish game that takes up the bulk of next week's pre-orders. Onwards. So there is a little video, but we'll go ahead and skip that and take a look at the full article. Alright, so first off for Warcry, we have the Warcry Crypt of Blood starter set. So this is a new introductory starter set to Warcry. It's not like the full big game that you would get from the other big boxes. This is a much smaller entry level product. And overall, I have to say, I definitely like it. We've seen this previewed already, but let's go ahead and take a look at the full breakdown. This brand new starter set gives you everything you need to start playing swift and decisive skirmish games. Warcry Crypt of Blood contains two smaller than normal warbands, the Crimson Court and Xandar's Truthseekers, who are battling over treasure inside a legendary vampire's tomb. The box contains a game mat and new terrain comprising a sarcophagus, statue, ruined walls, and fences. Also included is a 72-page Start Here book, which covers the core rules for Warcry as well as bespoke missions for this set. Then there are fighter and ability cards for the two warbands, 18 dice, and cardboard token board with a punch-out range ruler. So as far as the terrain is concerned, it's definitely on the minimal side. Terrain is not as big of a deal in Warcry as it is in some other games, but there are definitely some cool interactions with climbing, falling, jumping, all that good stuff, as well as actual cover itself, protecting you from ranged attacks or potentially even visibility. And I have to say that this stuff is pretty cool. I like the overall look of it. It reminds me of the Garden of Moor, the old discontinued sort of crypt and fences and stuff. Definitely looks nice. It's in the same theme and we go along with it. We also see the cool new statue and the sarcophagus as well, which will go pretty nice with other kind of themed terrain. So very cool. A little bit on the light side, but given this is a smaller box, that's not really surprising. And we don't quite know the price on this yet, but I am suspecting it's going to be somewhere around that $65 range. Could be up higher, closer to the $100 range, like the Kill Team starter set though, and I wouldn't be surprised, although the contents do seem a little bit light for that heavier price tag. And then next we have, for Warcry, the Questor Soulsworn. Set free from the depths of the Gnarlwood, the Questor Soulstorm will be available for pre-order separately next week. These elite warriors are the creme de la creme of Stormcast Eternals, expected to triumph over impossible odds as they take on lethal missions all across the mortal realms. This group of 6 warriors are each worth the company of lesser fighters, and contain fearsome specialists such as the errant Questor Duelist, an incomparable master of weaponry, and the Soulsworn Knight Relictor, who performs powerful invocations and accessorizes with skulls. So these models are super cool. You will notice if you take a closer look that actually it's really just 3 different models, and then each one has 2 ways to be built. So this is actually the same model, this is the same model, and then this is also the same model. And then you just get some options for the different weapons and heads and stuff. They are pretty cool, and these were in the most recent Warcry expansion set, the big box. And not only are the models super cool and very thematic, but also Stormcast are really good in Warcry as well. Super durable, great starting warband. And in that most recent box, they took on the Royal Beastflayers. So here we see those Royal Beastflayers. Again, very cool thematic warband. These are for the Flesheater courts. So we see a bunch of ghouls and then some various other creatures as well. Super cool. Again, very thematic. If you're into the old zombie, undead kind of ghoul thing, this is definitely the one for you. The hunt is on, and the Royal Beastflayers are riding out in a magnificent panoply of the King's Court to track the greatest game for their noble liege lords. To outsiders, that heraldry looks an awful lot like blood, offal, and bone. But the Flesheater Court's delusions are as overwhelming as their ferocity. This twisted band of monster hunters includes a Royal Flaymaster, a Beastflayer Baron, a coterie of Ghoul-Gore Squires and Trackers, and 2 sinister simian brutes known as Offal Hounds. So pretty cool, definitely some unique models here. And the old ghouls were neat models and everything, but just very outdated. These are definitely up to the current standards of Games Workshop models, and I'm definitely a big fan of the Offal Hounds as well. These guys are pretty cool. Then we've got some officially licensed products, Attaboy Warhammer Lanyards. When you've got an important past to carry around, and you also want to let the world know that you're a massive Warhammer 40k fan, lanyards are your friends. Our partners at Attaboy have created 2 excellent lanyards. One for the Space Marines featuring a battle cry for the Emperor, and one for orcs which just says Daka a bunch of times, because orcs know what's best, and what's best is Daka. Both lanyards come with a clear vinyl ID holder with a themed backing card. So if you're going to be like attending any events or anything like that, maybe a little trinket like this could prove useful. And then next we have the Merchoid Warhammer 40,000 desk mats. Our pals at Merchoid have a treat in store for folks who spend a lot of time at their computers. 2 gorgeous Warhammer 40,000 desk mats. One is a nostalgia trip made up of faction art from a saturated primary color period of Warhammer history, and the other is based on the more gritty aesthetic of the modern day. Whichever takes your fancy, these 80 cm by 30 cm mats are made from waterproof fiber and have anti-slip backings. Both lanyards and desk mats will be available directly from Games Workshop web store and certain stores on Saturday the 29th of July. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now back to the video. And next from Black Library, we have The End and the Death, Volume 1. After 7 years of agonizing civil war, the armies of the arch-traitor Horus Lupercal have sacked the walls and breached the gates of the Imperial Palace. The end is near, and the death of the Emperor's dream is almost upon us. Some faint hope remains on the final day, but the trails that must be overcome lest chaos triumph are monumental. Dan Abnett's first part of the final chapter of the epic Horus Heresy series will be available for pre-order in paperback format next week. So this one sold out really quick with the limited edition copy and then also hardback as well. And this is a very popular story, so I do think that this paperback will be in high demand. So I do expect it to be selling out relatively quickly as well. Then we see a little Gaunt's Ghost print-on-demand action. On Saturday, you'll get your chance to order 4 of Dan Abnett's Gaunt's Ghost series via print-on-demand in hardback. Discover the adventures of the exploits of Tanith's first and only in straight silver, Honor Guard, Sabbat Martyr, and the Guns of Tanith. The print-on-demand window opens on Saturday the 29th of July and runs for 16 days, ending on Monday the 14th of August at 8 a.m. UK time, and can take up to 120 days to arrive. So yeah, definitely a little bit lighter of a week of releases. We have seen that now for a couple weeks, and honestly, I encourage it. I think it's a great idea. Games Workshop has bitten off more than they can chew. They definitely need to calm down on some of the releases and just kind of work on getting things back in stock, getting things organized, and keeping up with their massive demand for all of their old products as well as their new products. I will be picking up the Crypt of Blood. The new terrain's pretty cool, and also just want to take a look through everything. I'm a massive fan of skirmish games, Warcry especially, so I will make sure to let you guys know what I think about Crypt of Blood or if I have any takeaways on it. And I already have both of the other Warcry warbands that are coming out here. So going to be a pretty quiet week for me. So let me know what you're going to be picking up if you're after this Crypt of Blood or any of the other Warcry warbands, or if you're going to be picking up some of those books either made to order or the new End in the Death. Special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the video. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on Warhammer products. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm ready to enter the Crypt of Blood. And I'm out of here.